After a message of unity from President Biden at yesterday's inauguration, many are hoping for a new beginning, while some may be nervous about what's to come. And both are all right. Our Lauren Coomer talked to a political science expert on ways everybody can move forward together. Lauren.
Doug, while we've seen divisiveness throughout the country over the last couple of years, an associate professor of political science here at Western Michigan University says it starts on a personal level and that you can make a bigger impact than the government ever would.
I think it's important to rebuild personal relationships, people whose lives you were invested in that are now broken or that are wounded as a result of our political conflicts over the last several years.
In a country that's been very much divided, Associate Professor of Political Science Peter Wheelhauer says it's time to move forward with a more united front.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
An opportunity, as we heard in President Biden's inaugural address.
He set an optimistic tone while at the same time balancing off the realism that there are still some quite sharp political divides and social and economic divides in the country.
Wheelhauer says the problem wasn't created by President Trump or his administration alone, and we can't rely entirely on President Biden and Vice President Harris to fix it.
It's the product of a long process of 30 or 40 years of increasing polarization between Democrats and Republicans, especially in national and state level politics.
Instead, he says to start on a personal level, rebuilding broken relationships. In addition, Wheelhauer says social institutions like churches and higher education can also help by providing more of a united front and then having that continue to the state and eventually federal government in some ways.
We want to act like Americans, like we all have the same things at stake, like we all have the same ideas in terms of what problems ought to be addressed and even how to address them to a certain extent. But I don't think we need unanimity.
Wheelhauer says research shows what happens at the elite level tends to trickle down to the grassroots level. So if you begin mending from there, we can climb back and hope for a better beginning. Reporting live in Kalamazoo, Lauren Coomer, Fox 17 News.